It's really late. I should be asleep, but it has been an interesting day. Um, did a lot of thinking, did a lot of studying, a lot of history. There's some really, really awesome pages on YouTube that do a lot of history, right? Especially Roman history. I find that interesting. But got some teaching in, got a workout in, got some cardio in. My mind was very clear, and it's too clear. I'm having trouble sleeping because I just want to keep on thinking. But let me give a gift. Let me try to be generous and give something really valuable to a certain category of people that may be watching my channel. So, what if you are the adult child of abusive parents? This is mostly about parents, but it could be, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, like someone you've had a relationship with in the past and they have been consistently abusive. There are many forms of abuse. I don't need to specify. So, what is the best thing you can do? You grew up, you got out of the house, you led your life, you achieved some form of happiness and success. You've struggled, you've had some failures, but you're a man and a woman now, a man or a woman. Um, what is the best way to relate to your abusive parents? I'm just going to say it. Save up your money, get a dog. It the if what you want is you want some type of love that you never got, or you want some type of support and everything, and you'll be made to jump through hoops. It, it will never, ever, ever turn out the way you want it to, or the way they say that you know it's going to turn out. It will always fail with them. But the dog, get a dog. If you're not the kind of person that's responsible, become responsible enough to get that dog. You don't have the money, become the kind of person that legally earns the money so they can afford to get a dog and, get a domicile, an apartment, a house. Work towards that so that you can get the dog. Get the dog as a puppy and learn to care for that dog. Okay? That dog will love you unconditionally, loyally. That dog will be the kind of dog that would lay its life down for you, and the relationship you have with that dog will be infinitely more important than the relationship you have with your former abusive parents. It will produce so much happiness for you. And now I'm going to say this is universal. Um, for example, most people in the West have no problem with the idea, but let's say you're from another country. For example, let's say you're from an Islamic culture. The funny thing is, if you look in the Quran, and that's the word of God, if you're from that culture, it says that there's a whole chapter called the cave. And it talks about these young men that are journeying with a dog, and they're pious, holy men. And so angels come and preserve them for hundreds of years with the dog, because the dog is a worthy companion to these most worthy of men. If you come from a Hindu culture, in some Hindu cultures, we could call them Vedic cultures. The dog is also considered a pariah or an unclean animal. But I'm sure that, if you look in enough scriptures, if you consult enough scholars, that you will find something in that culture that will say it's okay. For example, maybe it's because the dog is unclean, but under the right hygienic conditions, the dog can be kept clean. Maybe your caste that you belong to uh, will allow one type of dog and not another, right? There may be certain dogs that are considered acceptable by your ethnicity. For example, a work dog, or like amongst the Bedouin Arabs, for example, they're really big on not having dogs, but hounds, sight hounds, that run down game. They're like, no problem, that's not even really a dog. So get a dog. relationship you have with the dog that you raise and give love to and feed and protect and interact with will be infinitely more rewarding, more calming, more nurturing to you and your soul than with your abusive parents. And I think this would apply to, I've never been married, but if you have formerly abusive spouses or siblings or something, realize that you're not going to get anything but a repetition of bad behavior. They don't have it's just like a psychopath or something or a serial killer. They have no to little volitional control over the tendencies that they have, and you cannot make you know water turn into fire or fire turn into water. You cannot make a ice that is hot. You cannot make an oven that freezes things. You cannot make someone that was abusive to you for when you were helpless and in their power not be abusive to you. They don't matter even if they try. So get a dog.